Hey everyone, Jason here. Welcome back to The Layout. This will be blog episode 7, and I will be recapping my recent visit to the TCA York Train Show. For those of you who don't know, the York Train Show, which takes place in York, Pennsylvania, it's like the Super Bowl of train shows for us O-Gauge guys. It takes place twice a year, every October and April at the York Fairgrounds, and consists of over a half dozen halls filled with train dealers, TCA member tables, model train companies selling and advertising their trains. This is the first show held since October 2019 due to the pandemic, and I definitely wasn't going to miss this one. I'm going to be going over what I purchased, the booths I visited, and the amazing people that I met. All of that coming up right now on Jason's O-Gauge Trains. You'll notice that I'm filming today's blog episode in front of one of my train shelves, and that is because, if you watched my last layout update, it means that I'm hard at work on the layout, and things are quite a mess down here, which means, yes, I have started the third level. I'll be sure to highlight the progress of the layout in an upcoming video very soon. But today, we're just focusing on the York Train Show. I arrived in York, Pennsylvania late Wednesday night so that I could be at the fairgrounds early before the show started at noon on Thursday. My first stop was the RV park at the fairgrounds so that I could meet up with the GFW Train campsite. GFW Trains is a great father-son model train YouTube channel. I highly recommend you check them out if you haven't already. Not only was it great to finally meet them in person, but they were amazing hosts at their campsite. They fed a whole bunch of us throughout the day. They had a keg of root beer to enjoy, Chicago hot dogs, and they even gave me this cool GFW Trains t-shirt. So a big shout out and thanks to GFW Trains. It was great meeting you guys. I then met up with Chris from RBP Trains, who I'm sure many of you know on YouTube. I've become good friends with Chris over the past several months. And I also met Sean from Sean's Train Depot. It was great to get to know him. We had a really nice time walking around the show, seeing all kinds of cool things and some not so cool things. And we spent plenty of time poking fun at each other throughout the weekend.
You know, one of the things I love most about JD Stucks is how original he is in picking out trains. Buy that same engine.
It's a good engine.
Yeah.
Wow.
You get it?
Yep.
Chris, you're my hero.
So Jason, what did we find after all the searching?
I found a Norfolk Southern Z240.
How original!
I know. I'm so happy.
Oh, I know you are.
What are you buying, sir?
Found it.
Wow. Whoa!
Awesome.
So one of the things at the top of my list that I was searching for all day Thursday was Atlas number 5 left-hand switches, and I finally found the 3 I needed at the Trains.com booth. That's Trains with a Z.
Did he just say trains with a Z?
Oh yes, you heard me correctly. Trains with a Z. And I'm pleased to announce that right now you can use promo code JDStucks to get $10 off of your next online order at Trains.com. That's Trains with a Z. Promo code JDStucks for $10 off your next order. Here are the 3 switches that I purchased. I've got 1, 2, and 3. These are technically used, but looking at them, closely inspecting them, they're in phenomenal shape, and I got them for a phenomenal deal. It was great to get to know some of the staff at the Trains.com booth. They were selling a recently acquired collection that consisted of some amazing items. It seemed like all my friends at the show found something in their display to buy. 2 booths that were side by side at the show, located in the Orange Hall, that were a big hit amongst me and my friends, was Tiny Tim's Trains and Toys. They're located in Ashland, Virginia, and Bob's Trains for You, located in Midlothian, Virginia. Bob's Trains for You made me an offer on a brand new MTH Premier Norfolk Southern SD40 equipped with ProtoSound 3.0. And while everyone made fun of me for buying yet another Norfolk Southern engine, I just couldn't pass up such a great offer. Here's that engine in the box, and here's a quick look at the engine on my layout. Brand new, never run, Proto 3, ditch lights on the front and the rear. Everything you'd expect from a top-of-the-line MTH model. Really happy I was able to snag this at York for a great price. It's a great addition to my collection. I also mentioned to my friends that I was looking for a red Chesapeake Ohio caboose to go with my Allegheny coal train, and not 10 minutes later, RJ from RJ's Trains, who I finally had met in person at the show, found one. And so, here it is. MTH Premier Chesapeake Ohio caboose, and it's going to look great behind my MTH Chesapeake Ohio Allegheny coal train. I also found these girder strips from Trainlayouts.com. They had an awesome display featuring custom bridges, girders, elevated sections, custom tunnel portals, and so much more. This station they had on display was epic, and I had to get a quick clip to show you all. These girder strips are going to be used in various places between the second and third level. They are pretty thin, and they're also flexible, so you could put these around curves, you can cut them to whatever length you need. Really nice buy. This was on my list of things to look for. I also got an awesome deal on this MTH operating water tower. It was in one of the member halls. The one that I've had on my old layout has a motor that died a couple years ago, and MTH no longer has the parts in stock to fix it, but I got this one for a mere $25, and it still works. Can't beat that deal, considering that these retail brand new for $100. This was a good buy. I also got some smoke fluid from JT's Mega Steam. I got this big bottle of cinnamon roll, which is one of my favorite flavors. I also got this little needle applicator bottle. This makes it a lot easier for you to put smoke into a smokestack or into a whistle steam stack. It just makes putting the smoke into your engine a lot cleaner and less messy. And then a new item that I hadn't seen for sale yet, and they sold a bunch of us on this, it's this JT's Mega Steam Smoke Eliminator. This is a product that you're supposed to put into your engine's smoke unit to help get rid of the old scent that's already in your engine. I still have to try it out, but sounds like a pretty great idea, and people say that it works well, so I'll try this very soon. I'll let you know how I like it. I stopped by the Ross Custom Switches booth, who happened to be selling some Z-Stuff products, so I grabbed a few more of these Z-Stuff 1075 relays to be used with my K&R custom signals. The Ross booth is always impressive, and their staff is very knowledgeable and great to talk to. And of course, I had to stop by the Stockyard Express booth, and while I didn't buy anything, my buddies found plenty of stuff to spend their money on. And I received the good news that my big boy was finally fixed, and the parts for my Hudson had also arrived, so that engine should be fixed very soon as well. I stopped by the Lionel booth several times, which their booth is always a hit. They bring an awesome display with that beautiful TW Works train layout that runs all day, and the big news at the show was the announcement of Lionel's latest Vision Line locomotive, which is the Norfolk & Western Class A steam engine. They had a 3D printed model on display, and from what Lionel tells us, it's a brand new tooling design, and it also is going to be equipped with a brand new Vision Line feature that they haven't announced yet, and it's a very closely guarded secret. We tried to coerce it out of one of the guys at the Lionel booth, but they wouldn't budge. So I guess we're going to have to wait until the next catalog is released to find out what that brand new secret Vision Line feature is. And of course, I had to say hello to my friends Roger and Hal at the Classic Toy Trains magazine booth. I thank them for the amazing job they did featuring my old layout in the March 2021 issue of Classic Toy Trains magazine. We also talked about some other great layouts that young people in the hobby are building as well. Roger and Hal light up when they hear that there's more and more young people in this hobby that are building awesome, impressive, and highly detailed layouts that they'd love to have featured in one of their next magazine issues. And I could go on and on about all of the great booths, displays, and items I saw at the show, but I don't want to bore you all. But I will say this, if you have never been to the York Train Show, I highly recommend you put it on your bucket list. Not only will you find great train items to buy, but you'll learn so much about the hobby, you'll get some great ideas, and I promise you'll meet some amazing people and forge some lifelong friendships. After the show on Friday, a bunch of us headed to Strasburg, Pennsylvania to grab dinner and get a quick peek of the Norfolk and Western 611. Conveniently, one of the excursion trains was also pulling into the station. Afterwards, we went to my other buddy Chris's house for a train layout meet. Chris is known as Chris's Trains and Things on YouTube. He visited my house last month, and now it was my turn to visit his. He has a really nice large layout with two really big loops It was so much fun running trains that we had all bought at the show that day. And it was just really great to hang out with a group of guys that have become really good friends over the past year. You'll recognize a lot of the guys here in this picture. We've got Sid from Sid's Trains, Automus, Greg's O-Gauge Trains, Matt and Matt Train Podcasts, Matty C, RJ's Trains, RBP Trains, and so many others. I think this is proof that there are plenty of young modelers around, and the hobby, it's not dying. Here are a few fun clips from the meetup at Chris's layout. Hope you enjoy these. Well, that's going to do it for this blog episode. I hope you enjoyed seeing my recap of York and the weekend in general. There's so many great details and memories that I left out for the sake of time, but I encourage you to attend the show sometime and make some memories of your own. Lastly, I do want to say a big, sincere thank you for everyone who came up to me at the show, introduced themselves, and told me how much they enjoy my YouTube channel. It's great to hear that my videos help inspire people and motivate them to build their layouts. And I just really appreciate the encouragement to keep making the videos and keep the updates coming. You guys have no idea how much that means to me. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this blog episode. If so, please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'm closing in on that 9,000 subscriber mark, which is pretty cool, and that's a big thanks to you all. Feel free to ask questions in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Awesome.